My little sister started creating a paintable Link sculpture for Father's Day. I was inspired, and she suggested I create a Clin? This thing. Yeah. So I started making a skeleton out of popsicle sticks for Mr. Bobblekin because I didn't have wire for sculpting, and I figured these would work just as well. They didn't. They were annoying. So I still use them. Aw. Poor guy has scoliosis. I fashioned a head out of a tin foil ball and added a few extra appendages, and I covered the whole guy in foil, making sure to make his belly extra fat. Here's a cringy video of me picking out colors. You're welcome. Here's me mixing them for 30 minutes. I got out my sculpting tools, which look like torture devices. Now I can add some color. I used black for the inside of the mouth, pink for the tongue, and a fleshy tan for the ears. I didn't record this part, but I added the nose, teeth, and thick forehead wrinkles. I also added the weird arm things he has on. Then I added the red on the face, obviously, and I tried to use thin layers of clay so that I can conserve the clay without having any tinfoil peeking through. That would be a little bit embarrassing. And you know, you're just gonna have to watch me do this all upside down because that's how I filmed it and that's how it was easiest to make. I don't know why I work best upside down. That's just weird. But I digress. I covered the back of his ears in red while simultaneously squishing his face like a pro. And then I went ahead and finished the top of his other ear. I really enjoyed covering the whole thing in clay and working with the clay. Like, I usually only draw, so this was really fun for me. I covered his horn, his little club, and did it again. And when his club started to look like a rotting Cheeto, I knew that I was doing it right. I added this necklace to make a spine, so when I cover it up, it's gonna look cool. Okay, watch this. Oh, dude, it looks like a spine. Ew, it's so gross. I love it. I added the belly. I used these little blue beads for his eyeballs, and it looks pretty good. And then I covered his whole body in clay, and I'm thinking, wow, this looks really good. A lot like the reference. And then this happened. Okay, I hate this hand. It looks like he got stung by a bee on all of his fingers, and it's hurting my soul. I started doing some touch-ups. Thank you. Then I realized he only has 3 fingers. Oh crap. So then, as humanely as possible, I ripped off his finger using a stabby tool. And then filled it in like nothing ever happened. So this arm is stupid, it's gotta go. And then as gently as I could manage, I twisted his arm like a tourniquet until it fell off. Holy crackerjack, that's really blurry. Okay, anyways, so I'm filling in his chest to give him more girth, and I'm adding some shading using a darker shade of red just because it looks better. And I'm adding a scar because this guy's really tough, obviously. He's gone through like 5 surgeries and an amputation in 1 day, and he's still smiling. What a cool dude! I keep on adding the scar, and right now I'm thinking, man, this looks sick! He looks so cool. And so I want to make it even cooler, and so I add some shading into the ears, but I think I might have made it look a little too dark because it almost looks like his ears are bleeding, and I don't like creepy things. I'm really glad that I'm gonna give this away because it's starting to look a little freaky. Oh no! No! Oh, my food's ready. Basically, one of the things I did off camera was update his little handkerchief thing around his waist because it just didn't look good. So I made it look better. And I also added some grooves and a little stumpy thingy coming out of his club. And now it looks less like a rotting Cheeto. And now it's time for the moment we've all been waiting for, to fix his arm, finally. So I started by rolling some tinfoil and then realized, oh wait a minute, that's really scrawny. And so I bulked it up a little bit and tried it on for size. Then I finally glued it back on there. Then I added some clay on top And his arm is kind of in a weird position. It's not at all looking like the picture, but I mean, who cares? Apparently me. Then I'm adding some pointy tinfoil nuggets onto his little stump there to make his claws. And then I'm just filling that in with some red clay. It was really awkward to sculpt in this position because there were so many weird cracks and crevices that I didn't want to break it. So I'm adding some veins right now, just on the back of his hand just to make it look cooler. Because, you know, it's cool. And I did the same thing on the other hand. Then I added some really pointy, scary claws on it. Ho 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 ho. But then they got squished later. I took off the dumb, stupid, ugly platform thing he was standing on because it was dumb, stupid, and ugly. And wasn't working. So I added this rock covered in green clay. I finally added a weight to make it stand up. And then I'm just starting to fill in the stump all over again because, well, I've got to. I made the little swirly thingy and I squished it in, and then I made grooves to make it look more like wood, but then it just ended up looking squished again later, so I don't know. That sucks. So this is the final spin of the unbaked version. I wanted to just take a picture right now just in case anything happened in the oven. Foreshadowing. And I think it's looking really good. I didn't want to add anything else or change anything because I was afraid I was going to ruin it. Sorry I don't have any crazy huge dramatic reveal about what it looks like, but I mean, you've seen it the whole time I've been making it, so you know, I think it looks pretty good. I'm pretty proud of it. Let's put it in the oven. And for one moment, everything was perfect. Then that moment ended. I did what I could, but all that was left at the crime scene was a single finger. Peter Pettigrew, is that you? Funny story, this was actually filmed last year, so I will be showing you a reaction. I didn't record the actual reaction, so I just acted it out all stupidly. Anyways, I have this thing I made you for Father's Day. It's a little broken though. Do you still want it? Yeah. Here, let me just piece it together real fast. Oh, it's a bokoblin from Link. Oh, that's how you say it. Yeah. Here you go. Wow, you're amazing. I'm gonna put this on my shelf. Oh gosh, that was really bad. Okay. To add the tongue, my little what the what the heck was that?